Hello, ladies. Do you know what today is? Today is Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you could join me. I don't know if you remember last week when I had lost my ribbon for this card we created. We created last week this card, and somewhere in my desk I had lost my ribbon. I looked all day for it and couldn't find it until 2 days ago when I picked up my catalog, and there it was, hanging out like a little bookmark. My goodness, isn't that funny? Does that ever happen to you? Anyways, thank you for joining me. My name is Tina Kavergich, and it is Takeaway Tuesday. We will be creating a card today from the annual catalog on page 16, and it's called Bottled of Happiness, and I'm using the punch today and the stamp set, Bottled of Happiness. If you do not have a catalog and you're located in Canada, drop me an email or comment below that I can mail out a catalog to you. It is northernstamper@gmail.com. We are using Bottled Happiness this month. It is a great stamp set. It is on sale for $52. It is a great price for a stamp set and a punch. Can't go wrong with that. Also, what the good thing is, the Bottled of Happiness, because the punch is, it looks like a little bottle, it's fantastic. But what I like best is in the other catalog that they have for the holiday section. It's called the mini catalog. On page number 63, they have one called the vintage stamp set, and it is another bottled one, and it looks just like the bottle. It's a little slightly different, but it makes some really great cards, so you can use that too. And if you follow along, I'm going to be showing you how to make some great cards later on in October or November using the Vintage Christmas, and that is in the mini catalog. So if you'd like to get a catalog, either the annual or the mini catalog, drop me a comment below and I will get it out to you. So, how was your day? Everybody back in school? I'm glad the kids are back. So, good morning, Carol. Yeah, I lose everything all the time. Sometimes it's my marbles, sometimes it's the ribbons, but anyway. I wanted to show you, I was kind of tinkering around with a card the other night. And this is with the Bottled of Happiness. You can see I used actually from the Vintage Christmas, this one here. And what I did is I punched one out in each color, and then I used the in colors that are absolutely fabulous. I love them. I put a little scrap underneath and then kind of used them over there as a little thank you card. I thought, geez, that's kind of cute, don't you think? That turned out really nice. I do need to add some ribbon, but I'm debating, do I add ribbon to every bottle? Or do I add just ribbon to one of the ones? And if so, which color do I do it to? So, comment below if you think I should do ribbons to all of them or just one of them. Anyways, let's get started with our card today. And before I go on, I wanted to let you know I have a couple of October Takeaway Tuesdays available that I can mail out. If I mail them out this week, they'll get to you on time for the October, which will be October. Just kind of went out of my mind. Anyways, if you would like an October takeaway kit, they're all prepped and ready to go. And it's the flurries. Yes, we're doing flurries, snowflakes. My goodness, where is my memory? Anyways, so let's get started with our card today. You will need some ink pads, and I'm using Blackberry Bliss. I forgot to mention you will need a green, so I'm using a soft succulent, and one of the other ones is I might use a pool party in there. Now, the reason I chose those colors is when I look at the designer series papers that I have in here, those are some of the colors that are picked up from the designer series paper. So what I do is I like to choose the darker color for my sentiments and for the item I really want to highlight. So for this time, For the flowers, I want to highlight the flowers. I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to pick that up from the Designer Series paper. Now, it doesn't matter what color you use. I'm telling you, the way Stampin' Up! Has everything, they always turn out fantastic because all of their colors match. And I've tried, I really have tried on trying to mismatch the colors, and you know what? It just really doesn't do it too well. So, enough said on that. Good morning, Joan and Lori. I'm glad you could join me. Okay, so let's get started, and I'm going to put you up on the camera mount and very quickly. And what I want to do while I'm putting you up on the camera mount, I'm going to give you a task to do. So, in your takeaway package for today is a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. Notice there will not be a notch. One has a notch cut out of it. Don't do that one. That's your scrap paper. The one without the notch, go over to the embossing folder and emboss this white piece of paper, basic white. So choose any embossing folder that you like. So in the meantime, while you're doing that, I'll place you up on the camera mount. So remember, there should be 2 in there. Don't do the one with the notch, okay? This one is a scrap paper, and that's why I notched it, so that you would know that this is scrap paper. So take the 4" by 5 1/4, go over to your embossing machine, and quickly emboss that while I get you up onto the camera mount. So let's get going. Let's go emboss. Okay. All right, so as I mentioned, whoops, where am I? There we go. Oops, I think I'm on crooked. Let's get a little bit. There we go. Little better. Okay. I'm not perfect, but I try, and that's all that matters. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Tina Kavergich if you have any questions, but the easiest way to get in touch with me, northernstamper@gmail.com. That's the easiest way. Look, there's that ribbon. Now I can't get rid of it. So I would love if you would like to join my newsletter. I have posted it up above there. Go click on that and join in. northernstamper@gmail.com if you have any questions. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we are going to get our items ready. Okay, so I have already the pieces, some Designer Series paper pieces here. Okay, and what we're going to do, I gave you 4, but really we only need 3, so I wasn't sure which ones you wanted. Or did I give you 3? Should have given you 3. 2 the same, 1 different, because we're going to use 1 of each side there. So there we go. The Pool Party, the Blushing Bride, and then I like this one with the white on it. Okay, so we have that in our kit. We have our piece of scrap basic white that has the little notch taken out. Okay, got a white. We have our piece of basic white, and that you have embossed. Now I have used a different embossing, and I thought this is really cool. I just grabbed any one that I could find, and I thought I'd just pop it on there. Okay. And there is the Pool Party, and this is, you can see it matches the ink, looks great. That's our card base, so it's scored in half. Okay. Now there is, there is a piece of ribbon in there. You can use it white if you want, and what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to color this with a Stampin' Blend, and what I'm going to use is the Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Blend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color my ribbon first. So your ribbon may look like this, or it may look like this. It's one or the other. It really doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is move this off to the side, and I'm going to take my ribbon, and I'm going to take the Stampin' Blends. Now, I love Stampin' Blends. They are fantastic. When you color ribbon, what you want to do is I'm going to use the painted side. So there's a paint and a nib side. So you can see this looks like a little bit of more of a paintbrush. and I'm just going to drag it across, okay? You don't want to color with the tip because the tip will split, and trust me, once it's split, you can't get it back together. So I'm just going to drag it across the ribbon, and that's what you want to do. So on the side of the painted portion. So just dragging it along, okay? Make sure not to split the tip. That is really one of the most important. So I'm going to turn this around, and I'm actually going to use something to hold the other end. I'm just going to use this little ruler because it does take a little bit to dry, so I don't want to get it on my fingers. Okay, I'm going to take this along, drag it along, and to color it. Now, I love Stampin' Blends. I don't know about you, it is one of the top items in the catalog that I look forward to every year when they come out with new colors. I love coloring, and this is Stampin' Blends is my favorite. You can do so much with it. Okay, so I have this colored. I'm not going to really touch it. I'm going to let it dry. So it dries fairly quickly, but just to make sure that I don't get my fingers all inked up or anything like that, I'm just going to move it off to the side, and I'm going to use a couple of things to do that with. Okay, just trying to get everything going here. There we go. I'm going to use two little rulers. I'm just going to move it off to the side, just in case. It's probably dry, but I don't want to take the chance. Just to make sure. Okay, so I got that done. That should have given you some time to emboss your piece of basic white. All right, so we have this nicely embossed. Okay, let's get our piece of scrap paper, the one with the little notch out of it. You'll see the little notch there. Let's do some stamping while that dries, and we'll get going. So move that off to the side. I am going to use my Blackberry Bliss ink, and I am going to stamp that. And see the flowers here? I'm going to stamp the flowers in the Blackberry Bliss. Now, I want to make sure I have a block that is large enough, and make sure, just kind of move this around. This one is a little bit too small, so I'm going to use the next size up. I prefer to use a block that is about the size of the stamp so I don't get too wobbly. As it gets bigger on the block, it gets more difficult to control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that up. And you can see, wow, look at that color, huh? And I'm just going to stamp on here. Now we will be cutting this out. There we go. So I have my flowers. Look at that. What a lovely, lovely color. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use the soft succulent, and I am going to do the leaves in between. So these leaves right here. And what I can do is, as you place them on, you might have to kind of move your stamp around to kind of line them up. So just take your time. This is not a rush. And you may find it takes a while to figure out where the little parts go in. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to kind of look, and I might have to shift the bottom. Oh, look, there's the left and the right, and carefully go down and up. Oh, look at that, I got it almost perfect. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so excited. All right, so I have that stamped, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean my stamps, because when I put them back, I don't want ink to be on the stamp, and because it will dry and comes difficult to get off. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrub in a circular motion. So I've sprayed it with the Stampin' Mist, and I'm going to use it in a circular motion. There we go. And do that for both of them. in a circular motion so that all the little bristles get in between the little nooks and crannies. The Stampin' Mist also conditions the stamp so that it doesn't dry out. So let's pop that back in. Okay. And now we need to stamp a bottle and a little sentiment. Okay. So let's get that. I'm going to take out the bottle. There it is right there, the bottle. Put that on the stamp. Now I can see there's a little bit of dirt. I found out that if you leave a little bit of dirt anywhere, sometimes it transfers over. So just make sure you clean your stamps well. I've used these stamps a lot, so they've got a lot of little bits on it. So you can tell how much I love this stamp set. I've used it so much. All right, so it looks like I've cleaned everything off. That's wonderful. And I got a choice between either stamping the bottle in Pool Party or in Soft Succulent. So I'm not sure which color I want to use, so let's do them both. Okay, so I'm going to stamp one in Soft Succulent. There we go. Ah, looks lovely. Again, clean in between. Okay. I'm going to just leave that over there, and I'm going to try one in Pool Party, and I'm going to choose the one that I like the best. And I'll do this one right here in Pool Party. Oh, they're fairly close in color. I'm not sure which one I like the best. All right. Also, I want to do a sentiment, but I'm going to punch these guys out first to see how much paper I have left over. All right, so there we go. Punch, and then punch. I love punches. Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to use this area for a little sentiment. And let's see, sending a little message. Oh, let's use that one. Okay, again, onto the block. And I'm going to, do I want it in green? I'm not sure. Okay, let's try one in green. The reason, there we go, sending a little message. And actually, for my sentiment tag, I'm actually going to use the bottle again. So let's do that. There we go. And I can quickly cut this out. And if I have enough paper left over, I'm going to do a sentiment in the Blackberry Bliss. So I'm just going to do a quick cutout, kind of around the flowers. There we go. I'm not going to go too close, but just enough. Give a little bit of an edge. And do that. Okay. What a lovely day it is out today. Much better than yesterday. Yesterday, what a gloomy, gloomy day it was. Good day to be in the craft room, either cleaning or crafting. So, oh, I want to remind you, take a look at all the items that or classes I have coming up on the calendar. Oh my goodness, I think I overdid it. I was just so excited with everything that's coming out and we're doing that. I've got mystery card night. I have a bingo coming up. Oh my goodness, what else? I have, so much going on. I think I've lost track. Hey, look at that. Looks great. Okay. And, okay, so it does look like I have a little bit left over. Oh, look at that. I can punch that out. Aha. I'm going to punch that out, and I'm actually going to put my sentiment in. Oh, look, I used up all my paper. So I'm going to stamp a sentiment in Blackberry Bliss. This way I can choose which color I like, just like the bottles. Oh, it's very close. Okay. Ink it up. And then right in the middle, sending a little message. Oh, look at that. Oh, they both look really good. Oh, I like that. I don't know which color I'm going to use. Okay. We have our items all punched out, and we are ready for assembly. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready to assemble the card. Also, and we will get started. Good morning, Mary Jane. Better late than never, and Christine has joined us. Thank you. Wonderful. All right, so what I'm going to do is let's take that piece of embossed basic white. Okay, we're going to take that, and we're going to take our 3 strips, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to move these around to decide which way I want them. I think I want the darker color on the bottom and the lighter color on the top with the white in the middle. Oh, that looks good. Once you figured out where you're going to lay your pieces of paper, we can glue them down to the basic white cardstock. Now, because we've embossed, make sure that you get enough glue all the way across to hold it down. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to leave a little space in between so that it looks like there's a little bit of white peeking through. Okay, there's a little bit of white. Or if you really want, you can butt them up against each other. Here we go. Looking good. Our card is coming together. What I'm going to do now is, because I don't want to lose anything, I don't know about you. And see, look, there's that ribbon again. Can't get rid of it now. As I am going to glue this down onto my card front. Oh, look at those colors. So happy. Okay, look at that. Lovely. See, actually, when I did this card the first time, I used a different embossing folder, and this completely makes it look different. I like this one. I always seem to like the second card I make the best. All right. What we're going to do now, the flowers and then the bottle. Okay, so I can either tip the bottle underneath so that the flowers look like they're sitting on top, or I can put the bottle on top. So, oh, this is the soft succulent with bottle with the matching soft succulent leaves. Or I can, let's see, with the pool party. Oh, you know what? They both look pretty darn good. Geez, I don't know what to take. Maybe I should use them both. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the matching, the two that are the same. And between the sentiments, I think I'm going to use the darker one. And I might actually tuck this underneath. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So you tuck it underneath, or I could use it on top. And then the ribbon. So I really like to move things around, so that's why I don't like to glue it down quite yet. So do I want to put the ribbon underneath? Or, oh, do I make a little bow and put it on top? That's very thick. How about just behind it? Oh, I like that. I like that. Look at that. See all these things that you can do. Just keep moving things around until you find something that you like. Now, I want to add some dimension to this. So let's get our dimensionals and pop these up. And I'm going to do that for the bottom, for the bottle, not the bottom. I'm going to do it for the flowers and the bottle and the sentiment. I'm going to have it all popped up. So let's put some dimensionals on that. Okay, looking good. Looking good. I'm quite happy. All right. Oh, come on. These little tiny dimensionals. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to glue the flowers down first, because then I can always move the bottle around. Little dimensionals. This is what happens when you don't have any nails. So I'd love to see, make sure when you are done your card, I'd love to see what colors you chose for your card. Oh, I also have a challenge going on my VIP page, which is the Northern Stamper community page, that make a quilted card based on a sketch and post it, and you could win a prize at the end of the month. I'm just going to put that on top. And that's in the private group. So you don't miss joining the private group. You want to do that. Oh, and let's get the ribbon on. Now, the Stampin Blends actually make the ribbon a little stiffer, but that's okay. Looking good. And what I can do now is I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to angle cut my ribbon. There we go. I still have a little bit left. I'm going to put that in my bits and bobs, and I can use that for another card. So I'm going to put this on the back. Make sure it's not upside down. I'm going to use a little tape, or you can glue it down. It's up to you. Behind there, make sure it's all done. Is the backing off? Okay, there we go. There we go, and then we're going to pop this on the card, and I'm going to slip it right underneath. So I'm using the bottle as, oh, look at that. Here we go. I'm using the bottle as the little sentiment tag. Oh, that looks fantastic. Fantastico. Let's take a look. If you have some little embellishments that you have, look in your little embellishment box and take a look what you got there. Well, we got some different ones. Oh, look at that. I got embellishments that actually match the color. Oh, look at that. Where do we want to place this? Do I want to place them on the, oh, look at that. On the flower. Oh, in, yeah, one. See, it looks great. You know, just little, look at everything that you have. Oh, I like that one over there too. And add it. One more. Do I want one more? Oh, this one wants to come. There we go. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going a little crazy with the little things. Oh, they're so cute. One over there, one over there. There we go. Hey, that turned out really good. And, of course, if you want to one more step up, little Winkastella. Dab, dab, dab. Oh, ooh. Oh, dear. See, that's what happens is the ink kind of moves once it gets wet. So remember, just dab. Don't wipe. So you want to dab. Keep it on the ink. There we go. All right, looking good. And that is that card with the bottle of happiness. Look, fantastic. You could also do that with Vintage Christmas. Replace this bottle with this one and these flowers up here. What do you think? I love it. So I wanted to show you the original card I created and talk about the embossing folder. So this is the embossing folder. This is the quadrifoil, much less pronounced than the one I used today. I really like the one I used today. That really adds something. You can see it there. Though the other one looks good too. So there we go. There are the two cards. Actually, I think this one I made today is much nicer than my original. Anyways, there you go. That's the card for today. I hope you enjoy that. Don't forget, Takeaway Tuesday for October. Comment or email me, northernstamper@gmail.com. If you would like a package, I can get that out to you just in time. Anyways, take care, and I will see you next week. Can't wait to see what you made. Bye.